Hi, this is Regina White Favors with Favors Film Analysis. So I want to extend the strategy case study for reviewing The Town. This is more or less a critical thinking opportunity. And I want to look at assessing conflict with the narrative, conflict with the characters, the way that robbery cinema is depicted. So this will give us an opportunity to think about how the director, Ben Affleck, presents conflict, how he acts within the narrative as a main character named Doug, and his relationship with James, as well as the other characters. And this will also just gives us an understanding, an opportunity to reach an understanding about just the presentation of heist movies, the presentation of robbery cinema. So this is Favors Film Analysis, assessing conflict in the town, which showed in theaters 2010. And you can visit www.favorsfilmanalysis.com for more access to critiques and reviews. All right, this presentation is subject to fair use. So we see James left over. He's sitting in front of the bars. And for me, he's stuck in conflict. Not only do you have bars, but you have wired fencing. Then you have this gun that he has in his hand, which could mean some, contemplative action or something like that. But right across the way is the college. It's in blurred form, but it spells college. And so college is at the back of him, which suggests to me that he can get out of his condition. He can get out of his condition. He's facing bars and he could turn around and face education. He could face something new. James doesn't want to learn anything new. It doesn't matter if they get caught. It doesn't matter if he kidnaps. It doesn't matter if he inconveniences all the people around him. The procrastination around learning. I've always said that procrastination is sort of inconveniencing other people around you. You procrastinating your learning process. There's something that you need to learn. James would rather continue to be stuck in conflict, and it's basically conflict with himself. But he says at the end of the right before the end of the movie, right before they get to the ballpark robbery, that he can't go back to prison. He spent 9 years. And in the previous slide, uh, Doug was saying that I didn't ask you to do that. I didn't ask you to kill that man who was on his way to kill me. But James took a paternalistic strategy and killed somebody to keep from someone killing Doug. Doug seems ungrateful. And you see here in the stress of a man who's been acting like a primary caregiver or father figure to Doug, the tiredness. There's this conflict with his friend, his brother, that just cannot be resolved. Doug wants to leave. That's it. And it's interesting that even though he takes out the gun, he doesn't shoot Doug. Even though the place where they are standing, where he's sitting right now, he shot the person who was going to come and shoot Doug, but he doesn't shoot Doug. Whether that means that he has respect for Doug, it's kind of like besides the point, but it's something to note that he doesn't try to shoot Doug to keep him from leaving. So somewhere he's made peace with the idea, or he figures that he has to make peace with the idea that Doug is leaving. All right, this is the end of the presentation. So if you want to listen to other film analysis, just visit www.favorsfilmanalysis.com. Thank you very much for listening.